You need to know what bag you need to buy. I look like a guy from the bayou. Let me help you. Let me help you out. Just another trustworthy person from the bayou with my hat pulled back in this cone now. Going to teach you how to get a little bit of your bag problem solved. In case you don't know me, I do bag reviews on the internet. I've looked at hundreds and hundreds of bags. Here, let me just show you this. Look, I've got a closet here. These are only the bags that I'm keeping right now because you need to know about. These are some of my favorite ones, right? So the point is, I've looked at lots and lots of bags, and I get questions all the time. Which bag should I get? So in this video, I wanna help you answer that question. I wanna help you get into exactly the bag that you should get for whatever the purpose. If it's daily carry, if it's travel, you need something for a camera, whatever, okay? But here's the deal. That advice, what the best one in this category is always kind of changing. So I'll keep a list over at bagworks.com. I think that's my website, bagworks.co. Bagworks.co. I literally forgot what my website is. Okay, and that'll be a place you can go for like my favorite recommendations on right now on travel, daily carry, photography, all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of keeping them organized there. Okay, the first thing you need to think about is style, okay? Look over here. This is the Wandrd Prvke pack or Prvke. Each bag that I mention, I will put a link in the description below to the longer video that I did on that bag. So you can get all the details about every bag I'll put up here. I will just have a link to it below. This one's the Wandrd Prvke, and it is so like tech, slick, smooth, sort of outdoorsy too, because it's made out of the same stuff that one of those Zodiac boats is made out of. So there's a definite style here. For some of you, this is way too like Eddie Murphy raw. For some of you, this isn't nearly like cardigan weather enough, right? And so you need something a little more maybe rustic, more Indiana Jones or Ernest Hemingway, right? This is a little more down to earth and grounded and stuff. It's like a rusted root tribute, but it's also really made from excellent materials and it's built to last for forever. And it has this like amazing liner and super, super nice organization inside. But those are all completely different from a little more of like a, look at this, like more sleek, a little bit of like military bro sleek, or like military bro not sleek, you know, just like straight up military bro, or like Kenneth Cole, fashionable, important, significant, stylish, or like down to earth but still metro, like still sophisticated and stylish, but I'm a man of the people. What I'm getting at is there's all these different kinds of styles in bags. Some of you, that matters a lot to you. Some of you, that doesn't matter literally at all. So what matters is, do you know what kind of style you need it to be? If you don't care about the style you need it to be, please proceed to the next question. Okay, so check this out. On bagworks.co, you can like see a bag that you like, or like here's the Peak Designs travel bag, right? When that opens up, you can see like I have bag style. It's sleek style. You can check out all the other sleek style bags, right? Or you could just go down here at the bottom, just click like more bags. I don't know if the website's gonna look like this in the future, and just scroll through and be like, which bag do I like the most? And then when you find that bag, you can be like, oh, I like that one. You look at it and you can see, oh, this is more of this has bag style, heritage, or outdoorsy. Let's look at all the heritage bags. Okay, so style is actually something that matters a lot to me. I hate to admit that. I'm sort of playing my cards when I do so and asking you to still approve of me. But why I think you should respect me still is because I care a lot about the functionality. So if style matters to you a lot, you kind of know who you are. Let's think about style first, but let's move to the next thing next. Okay, so let's talk about capacity. Do you need something that fits literally everything in it? No matter what you might come across, like a big massive stuffed bear at the circus or carnival that your kid wins, like I need to be able to fit that in my bag just in case. Come on, hey man, your kid is not that good at that rifle game. But if that's important to you, we got a bag for that. Or do you just need a bit of the bare essentials, right? I need a laptop, that's really it. Maybe sometimes I'll bring around a coffee. Do you need something that's just more bare essentials, right? That's how I carry for my daily carry more often, just like my laptop, charger, few other things. But I don't need to carry everything around with me. In fact, I kind of like not having everything in my bag. I just like having the sleekness and the minimalistness of it. Or do you need something like kind of right down the middle where it's like I can fit stuff and I got a roll top so I can fit more, but there's lots of tech organization still and it's a style that I might like or whatever, and it's good for daily carry, right? I can do a lot with this one, even though it's not quite as big as the previous one I showed. Okay, capacity matters a lot. Do you bring a lunchbox with you? Do you have to have a pair of shoes and extra clothing for the gym? All right, this matters a lot. So I tend to break things up into 3 sizes, right? Your minimal bag, which is just your daily carry stuff. Your like kind of maximal daily carry stuff, which is like, I don't know, just a basically like a travel bag that you try to do your daily carry with. I don't have one around here, but like the Aer Duffel Pack is like that. It's definitely too large for me for a daily carry, but some people love it because they can fit all their gym stuff in it, and that matters to them. So 3 sizes again are the small, the medium you can kind of fit a lot into, but it still looks good as a daily carry. Like it's not too, wait for it, it's not too big and bulky. It just like, even if there's nothing in it, it kind of has a nice look. This is the Boundary Supply Prima system. I love this bag. I've seen a lot of these Kickstarter bags come and go, and not come and go, but like I like them all. Like the Wandrd, the Prvke that I showed before. These two I put in the same exact class. They're like good medium-sized daily carry you can do a lot with, but they're very bro-y, they're very adventure-y, right? I'm a little bit biased in that just because that's the world, that's the eyes I see through. If you want that medium-sized everyday carry that can fit more and also look good when it's just minimal, this Bellroy Shift pack is a great option, right? It is classy enough. It's really well made and sophisticated. It is classy. It has like a kind of, I don't know, that Kenneth Cole, like you can wear this to work kind of thing. Whereas this says more like, I'm trying to be a blogger and living nomadically around the world. Okay, so let's talk about some of the smaller bags. This Bellroy Duotote, like this is just slim, nothing to it, but tons of organization. Great small bag, but some of you may not like the very Kenneth Cole tote style of aesthetic. I think this one from Baron Fig is very interesting. It's got lots of organization. It's small, it's minimal, it's made out of organic materials. That's the feel of it. And it's like, it's kind of like a little more low key. I think Qwstion bags, Qwstion, Q-U, anyways, it's spelled weird. It's Qwstion spelled weird. I think these are always very interesting because they just have this simple utilitarian vibe, total eco-friendly, eco-conscious thing with the materials, but it's also got tons of good organization inside. Then there's like the new Aer Flight Pack 2, which is sleek, minimal, does like the briefcase mode really well. And like a more like street vibe from a bag that's also like made really, really well from the Brown Buffalo. This is the Conceal pack. I love this bag. I do not have an affiliate relationship with this guy, but like just want to spread love to this guy because he just makes great stuff. I'm always inspired by his Instagram stuff. But you can see it has a little more of a street style. To me, it does at least, right? A little more like, and it's rich street. You have to be able to afford it. It's like that brand Supreme. It's like you gotta be rich enough to be signaling something like this. But I like this. This is a total vibe. I'm totally susceptible to this look. And it's a small, fit just what you need daily carry. Then, like I said, you get into that little middle of the road thing where you can fit a lot more, but it still looks good as just a daily carry. Again, the Boundary Supply and the Bellroy Shift pack, which is probably the classiest of that group. A couple more in that space. This one's from Millican. It's their Smith, the Rolltop 25 liter. Love the materials, and it's kind of like this weird good mix of old world and new world on this one from Millican. Then there's like the Greenroom136. This is the Rainmaker. It does still look pretty good when it doesn't have that much stuff in it, but it can fit tons of stuff. This is an interesting bag because aesthetically it's sort of like, it's sort of classic. It's a little bit old school, outdoorsy almost, but it's at the same time just kind of like urban. Did I just say urban the way that like old people talk about hip hop? It's like, music's very urban. Okay, here's an interesting one that can fit, like, you know, kind of fold down to not that much. But it's a very big, like, turtle shell on your back width-wise. And the reason why is because it's actually a travel bag, too. This is the Invisible Carry-On, which is like a totally doable, minimal travel bag that actually can work pretty good as a daily carry. Okay, it actually expands and contracts, and then you've got, like, a suitcase in here that you can fit packing cubes in, right? A very interesting bag, pretty damn well executed. It's definitely a commitment when you go with a bag like this, because what I find is a lot of times it's not perfect for any situation. It's not perfect as a travel bag, and it's not perfect as a daily carry bag, but it's one bag that does both of those, and so we make compromises. And I can kind of let that be my launch point off into much bigger bags, which are bags for travel. For like some people might use, this is the Aer Travel Pack 2.0. This, some people could totally use this as a daily carry, especially people with bigger frames. It wouldn't even look all that bad on them because it has a kind of a cool, like, modern look. But the truth is it expands out and it's a great big old honking travel bag that's basically maximum carry-on size. So with a lot of bags like this one and a few others I'll show you, they're designed so that they can be like the largest size and still look like a decent backpack and function well as a backpack, and they can be used as carry-on bags. That's the constraint for a lot of these bags, like this one, the GR2, right? Which is this is from GoRuck. They make bags that last 100 years or whatever, and they're really a lovely kind of thing to commit to. I have to say that. If you commit to a GoRuck, you just buy one bag and then just go, fuck it, I'm done with bags for the next little while. I highly recommend that's the only way you get into a GoRuck. Like that when you do it, it's like almost like becoming a monk. It's like a little bit like it's a decision. It's a commitment. Because what's amazing is it can take whatever you can throw at it. It totally will. It's like it'll go farther than you will. But you have to pack the way that it wants you to pack. You have to carry the way that it wants you to pack. You have to look the way that it's gonna make you look, right? So really amazing companions, these GoRuck guys, but they're expensive. So I tend to go for something that's like a compromise on that. This is the Heimplanet Monolith 40 liter, and I've traveled with their previous version of this bag tons. I use this as my travel bag, right? It's just a big gaping maw of a bag that I can fit everything in, including a daily carry bag. I like traveling with this guy because it is very durable. It has like just enough padding, but it's really, there's no frills and thrills. One big space, one simple pocket there, one simple pocket on the top. It's really, that's where this is deficient and is in our next category. Okay, so you're gonna have a lot of sizes of bags, and I think some of you are gonna need to know, you already have a need that, like, I need a bag that's small, or I need a bag that's big because I carry a lot of stuff and I never want to have to worry about if I can fit it, right? Or that's kind of determined by your style preferences or aesthetics, where it's like, I don't want to look weird. Okay, so if you can tell where you need to be on the size scale, then that helps you limit the bags that you're looking at. Okay, then there is external access, all right? This is our ability to access different pockets around the bag that we might need to throughout the day. Some of us have total preferences about this. I wanna be able to get in, boom, there's my glasses. Another place, bam, there's my key and my notebook. Boom, look over there, it's my like syringes for like medicine. Okay, so like this Kletterworks Summit pack, which was like on sale recently for like 90 bucks, which is an unbelievable, because I love this bag. Like, I'm going traveling for 3 months plus. I might not ever come home. And this is what I'm bringing as my daily carry. I'm bringing a daily carry and a travel bag because we're car traveling. But I like this bag a lot. I mean, it's like, there's so many other bags that I love, but this is the one I'm liking most right now. One big pocket on the front with one little like divider inside. Everything else is inside this main compartment where there's your laptop and your big stuff, but on each of the sides of the bag, there's a little divider that comes up, and that makes a little pocket down there, makes the same thing on the other side, a little pocket, like vertical pocket over there, perfect for a water bottle, for example. And that is just the right amount of organization for me. That is literally perfect organization. For how I live, do you understand? For what I expect from a bag, that is perfect. Now, some of you might expect something like this when you travel, for example. This is the Nomatic Travel Bag. Really, really great bag, lovely to use. They have pockets all over the outside of this thing. Another one, and another one. And then there's I don't think there's anything over here. Maybe there's one. No, this whole panel opens up and it's a damn organization panel, right? So many ways to access stuff on the outside of the bag. Of course, what that means is you have to put all of your stuff in different places and know where it goes every time. This bag, the Nomatic Travel Bag, by the way, one of the basically the largest size, decent straps. I don't love the material. It's very rigid, but if you're like an organization fiend, it's great for that. I would say that getting in and out of these things, because this tarpaulin fabric is just just really, really, really rigid. It's kind of hard to get in and out of. Some of you, you don't care, you just want the organization on the outside. And others of you, to take another travel bag for example, will just need like a little bit. For me, I would like to maybe have more, but to be honest, I'm fine with this. This has all the shit on the inside. One like quick access pocket here, one quick access pocket up there. And for me, I find that that's plenty. It does lack a water bottle holder. Some of you, if you know that's important, just know that's important. You need the water bottle holder. Don't look at anything that doesn't have the water bottle holder, unless you don't actually need the water bottle holder. See, this is where life gets fucking trippy, you guys. You see what I'm saying? It's hard to find the right bag because it's hard to know what you want. So we've got your style, right? Do you want it sleek? Do you want it heritage? Do you want it like skater? Do you want it style? Like, do you know what you want? Do you actually need something there? Do you not care at all? Then you've got capacity. Do you need just the bare essentials? Do you want something that's middle of the road, or do you need something that's massive? Then we have external access or first order access. How many pockets do you need on the outside of the bag? How significant do you want that organization? Just one more note on that. For example, for me, I can do with just very minimal organization, because all I have in here is the stuff I absolutely need. My headphones in a little pouch, my notebook, those aren't crammed together. I can easily get one or the other when I put my hand in there. And then in this little organized bit up at the top, I've got my glasses and my MacBook charger. Then over on this side of the bag, like hidden away in there, I have two pouches where I keep sort of like my dongles and the shit that I need like throughout the day. This is all my tech stuff that I bring with me every day for daily carry. Because when I take my bag somewhere, that typically means I'm just doing some email, I'm some writing, I'm prepping a video, I'm doing something like that. If I needed to go a little bit crazier, all that means is I add a pouch like this, the Peak Designs Tech pouch, and now I've got way more dongles, a camera, and all this other crap with me, and I throw in a tripod, and now I've got a mobile unit in this same bag without adding, like it's filled up this bag, but it's like, we're good. So all that to say that on that external access thing, one of the kind of liberations I've found is in using pouches like this to sort of organize my bag a little bit more. That means my bag can get a lot more simpler, and that means bag companies can focus on just making a great, simple bag. Instead of having a pocket for every single dongle, I end up thinking about bags a lot. I have ended up more in this direction. But there's two things. There's gotta be enough pockets, right? And it's hard to know how much is enough for each of us. And then you gotta have the right pouches. So I put together a page, like you guys are always asking about pouches. I'm just gonna keep a list of my favorite tech pouches, packing cubes, all that stuff. You can go to bagworks.co/pouches. bagworks.co/pouches. That should get you there every time. You should literally see my floor right now. It's just covered in bags. And there's still like a bunch more left in there, but we ain't done, because we gotta talk about the next thing, which is comfort. Now, some of you aren't gonna care at all about comfort because you're barely carrying anything and you need it mostly to be stylish. So you get stylish nice little straps like this because you're not gonna have a big heavy thing on your back. And so the comfort doesn't really matter. Same thing with this Baron Fig. Just canvas light straps like that end up looking great, really minimal, and feels like an overall organic vibe. But others of you might be like, dude, I'm bringing everything with me. This is gonna be crazy. Yeah! And you need a little more, comfort. Here's a very interesting bag on that front, the Boundary Supply Errant, right? It's a great bag because I like this one a lot because it's much more heavy duty. It's like the fabric just feels like it's gonna last for forever. I've heard people complain that it's too heavy. And it's heavy because it's like double layered, water resistant, super, super durable. And my fingers really like that. I like that I can take this thing and just throw it around. Whereas this one is made with a much lighter weight material, but still just as water resistant and lots of tech organization, really killer bag. But very comfortable back panel specifically for active types of things, riding your bike, getting sweaty, anything like that. You're gonna have tons of that breathability thing going on. As well as straps that are rigid enough to conform to your shoulder and distribute the weight of your pack across your whole thing. And then there's hip straps with your travel bag, right? Which for this one, the Tortuga Setout, which is one of probably my second favorite all-time travel bag, and probably the one I recommend the most for most people because you have tons of capacity, maximum carry-on. There are definitely like a few European airlines that I don't think would let this on. Like, you know, it's always a gamble, right? When you pick a bag just for carry-on, like you want it to work everywhere, but this also is maximum capacity for most places. And so every once in a while you get on a Ryanair because the plane flight costs you 25 cents and $8 in taxes. And they'll be like, I'm sorry, sir, you can't be doing that. They just pop out. They just surprise you. What the fuck? What kind of fucking bag is that? Get that shit out of here. But with a bag that size, I highly recommend this bag always. It's really comfortable. It fits all of the deals. You also have the tech organization and shit like that. But kind of necessary to have the hip straps. Like, hip straps really change a thing. Same thing with this Nomatic, for example. When we traveled with this for a while, because this is such a rigid bag, you fit all your stuff in there, then it has this nice rigidity to it due to its rigidness. And since the rigid nature is such that it holds it upright rigidly, these hip straps end up feeling really comfortable because now you can put all the weight right on your hips and you can loosen your shoulder straps and let the hips, man, let the hips do all the talking for you, baby. Come on. You don't need to try so goddamn hard. But if you compare that Tortuga Setout to this one, the Patagonia Maximum Legal Carry, the MLC, massive, tons of capacity, very similar to the Tortuga. But I do not recommend this bag because its shoulder straps are just painful, and I learned this myself in Europe. To be honest, I had it loaded down with very heavy gear. If you just have clothes in this, lightweight clothes, this thing the straps would still be great. But you don't have hip straps, right? You don't have the same kind of comfort and carry capabilities. I'd like to keep the alliteration there going. You don't have the same kind of comfort and carry capabilities. So it's like, it looks better to me. I like the style. Right? So maybe that's when you make the choice. But when you're picking a travel bag, going for style is like important, but not nearly as important if you're actually traveling. When you're actually traveling, you need that shit to be comfy, right? Durability. Let's talk about durability, right? Comfort, then durability. How this bag's gonna break down over time. This Bolt backpack from Waterfield, for example, is expensive, but you do, with a company like this, it is always, you always hope you get what you pay for. You're not gonna see the stitching falling apart after a couple of years. You're not gonna see the fabric look much worse because it already looks just like the leatheriest grandma's face in the world. She's just like, oh no, I did too many mushrooms, but I saw all the spirits, and now I came back as a bag. Just leathery Mexican abuelita, just classic. Just exactly, makes you the soup, passes it over, just like old wrinkly hands shaking. It's not like this bag, it doesn't look pretty, but why do I feel like it's also so beautiful? So over time, something like this only gets better with age, right? It breaks in. And I am so attracted to that story. Where, for example, this over time, I don't think you're gonna have that same experience. What's great is you're gonna have a dope bag with lots of pockets in the tech organization and stuff like that that will last you for a while. But at some point, it's gonna look a little too dumpy. Because when this stuff scratches and abrases, it's like you're just inevitably, if you're using a bag, it's gonna get used. If this gets used, it starts to fray or just does random stuff. It will also break in and have its own kind of patina. Maybe it will. I don't know. So the durability factor is just like some people that matters a lot to, right? Especially when you're spending a lot on a bag. This is what GoRuck does so well. They're like, hey, our entry-level sort of GR1, standard, regular, your daily carry backpack, which is smaller than this one, which is literally on the floor somewhere and I cannot find it, is $295. And they're just being forced, not being forced, but they're having to raise the price of that. And they've just done this great email saying here's why, here's why we have to do this. A company with a lot of values and actual guts and I don't know, some honor in them, but they ask you to spend a lot of money and then they say this shit is not breaking down on you. And we back that up with our warranty. So that's what's committing to a bag like this is so amazing. But for my ladies out there, it's who wants to go full on not who wants to, because I know some of you even do as well, but a lot of us don't feel like, I don't want, my big thing with GoRuck is I don't want to be mistaken for like a field medic at some airport and I'm asked to do an emergency tracheotomy just because I have like sort of a tactical look going on. Hey, that gentleman has a beard and a backpack that looks very serious. You must be in the military. To be frank, that's never happened to me, and I don't actually believe it ever will, just given the nature of my body's frame. I crop it up like this for a reason. But you've got the durability and then you've got the price. Like, what is the price that you want to spend? Now this, for a lot of us, this is like where we're putting our line in the sand. Like, I cannot spend more than this much, and I totally understand that. I would recommend, however, that in bag, like just knowing manufacturing and marketing and knowing all of the steps of doing a business like what these people are doing, I will say, you will get better stuff, oftentimes, that will cost you just a little more than what you wish. I think the market wants to pay less than $100 for like a good daily carry bag, less than $150 for a good travel bag. I mean, $100 is like a lot to spend on anything. So I think the market wants to spend less than that, and I'm always encouraging people to go like, you're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna ask you to spend $175. Or I think what you should get is actually $220, right? Like heading in the direction of this Aer Travel Pack. This is just one of those bags I think is a lot of people should get this bag. Like the bag that you're thinking about might be this one, and this you'd get it, you'd love it, it'd be fine, it would last a long time, it would do exactly what you need it to do, because you don't need to think super hard about which bag to get. This is one of those bags that's like, yeah, it just enables a great way of using the bag. It's got lots of organization, it's built well, and I think it comes in around like $220, right? Which is, man, that's $120 more than a lot of people are thinking. If you're literally going like, I'm gonna spend $100 on a bag, and then you find out I need to spend more than twice that amount on the bag, right? You can see how it's like, I can totally understand why it's like, fuck dude, I can't spend that much money. But what I'm saying is, not all markets are like this, right? You could spend more on your phone, you might not necessarily have a better experience than going for something much cheaper. A lot of bags though, however, I'm noticing all of these bags that I'm getting my hands on are in that like a little more higher price range for a lot of people, and they do not disappoint. They're awesome. You have to do your homework to figure out exactly what you need, and then you come to the table and, you know, with the accountant and be like, all right, is that worth this price to me? And my thing is, listen, money is a tool. Okay? Spend your money on what you want to spend your money on. I need to have some chocolate because this might be getting serious. For some of you, this is what you really need to hear in this video. It's that your money is a tool for you. So use it how you want to use it. And that means you get to pay for things, and you get to pay for things not just with money, but also with the consequences of spending that money. Right? So this is that like budgeting 101 and understanding resources in, resources out. I'm not trying to like, I'm not your mom. You're your fucking mom. Like, you're the one who has all the responsibility, Chucky. I guess that's a little pep talk from your neighborhood YouTube wannabe shaman. But when we think with our purchases this way, and this is what's gotten me so fired up and excited on this channel, what I'm doing on this channel. When you think of your purchases in the sense of like, what do I need to get from this? What am I actually hiring this bag to do for me? Because listen, this is where I learned this. As an entrepreneur, I've hired lots of people, and so you gotta like know what you're needing them to do. And for a long time, I hired people and I did not know what I needed them to do. I just sort of hoped the bag would arrive and it would just be perfect. Like, hopefully. Do a little homework in figuring out what the role you want this employee to play in your life is. And I hire my bag to look a certain way, to feel a certain way to me materially, to carry a very specific and certain amount of things that I have like made a negotiation with this employee. Like this is what I'm asking you to carry in a certain level of comfort that I expect, which for me on a daily carry doesn't matter all that much, but it's nice to have it comfortable. Like this Summit bag is actually one of the things that really surprises me is it's got this just basic ass mesh and foam on this thing, but it feels good. It's because it's not that wide. It still feels kind of minimal, but it's fluffy. You understand? It's like fluffy. I'm like, every time I put my bag on, I was like, that's fluffy. Thank you. This is one of the hardest things. It's the intangibility. All right. I didn't put this in my list of things, so I didn't know how to talk about it. This is where we get into like mysticism. Like the materiality of this thing has this feel, and you really sense it in handles, you guys. This leather bit, when you grab this and put it on, it's not nearly as favorite to me as this. And so this has a really simple materiality, just straight up Cordura, like 1000D or 800D Cordura. It's a nice kind of chalky, drier feel than this, because this is that waxed canvas. And like, there's something just rustic and honest about it. This started out as this, and then has all of these like fancy components and leathers and stuff like that. And it kind of makes me like this even more. Oh man, then there's this Millican, right? Which I just love the feel of, but it's very Elon Musk. It's very tech. It's like, feels like what you'd want, like the best possible bag in Elon Musk's space program ends up being made out of a material kind of like this, because it's really sustainable. It will last for forever. It's very durable and abrasive resistant, and it's water repellent and all that stuff. This Millican Smith, the Rolltop 25 liter, what an amazing bag for that, like, I need you to do everything for me kind of bag, including travel. And I guess this is my final point. Sometimes you need to break out what you need your bags to do into more than one bag. This, again, we're getting into that money thing, and so you have to follow your own sort of gut on this. But I find that having a small bag for my daily carry and a large bag for my travel, that's how I like to do things. Preferably my daily carry can fit inside my large bag, and so I bring a little less stuff in my large bag, but I have one bag to carry. You may find that it's nice to have a small bag. I love rucking around with. Wait for it, where are you? This one. The Evergoods CPL 24 liter. I just think this bag is it's just so sleek and slim and minimal and interesting and well-designed, well-made. I love this fucking bag, but sometimes it's just a little too small. I can fit everything that's in this Summit bag right now into here, but I can't fit very much more. Whereas with this, I can still throw a sweater, and I could throw in a lunch, or I could, throw in my fanny pack that has all my drug paraphernalia. Sorry, I misspoke. Medicines, not drugs. But with this one, it's a little tighter. Now, I like the tightness when I'm just packing minimally. This is this is another intangible in here. How much empty space do you want in your bag? You guys, this is actually something that's gonna blow some of your minds. And if it does, put in the comments. But the way maybe you haven't been thinking about your bag, and you should, is just how much space do you want left over in your bag after you have your essentials in it. This Duotote from Bellroy is not gonna have very much space left over at all. And some of you are like totally fine with that because it has the right style. This Qwstion backpack is gonna have a little bit more space left over, because it's actually, even though it's not really expanded right now, when you fill this up with stuff, it's actually got quite a bit of room, right? Look at that. Look at that big old mouth in there, man. You just get your fingers in there and she'll take hold, man. You just pull her out, man. That's what I call noodling. Woo! Noodling for baggies, baby. Okay, we gotta stop it there. As soon as when I'm letting my bayou come out a little bit too much. Sorry, I will keep it under control. I am keeping myself under control and not allowing my bayou to come out, even though I feel very Van Damme and hard target. Punch the rattlesnake. So, style, capacity, external access, comfort, durability, and price. And then maybe like how much space you leave over in your bag, how much space you want left over in your bag. It's very simple. Let's get rid of that one. These are all the things I want you to think about when you're like, you can literally take a piece of paper and write down what you want, right? Just some old school Tony Robbins shit. Just wake up in the fucking morning and like write down like, here are my goals for my bag. It works. And then we can get you to a decision, because life is not happening right now when you're thinking about your bag in the same way that it will be happening when your bag is enabling your life. Because that's what you want from this bag. You want it to be a tool for your life, right? A tool that we use to help give us access to the kinds of experiences like going down to the river with your friends and a couple joints and some delicious, hazy, juicy IPAs. That's how amazing. That is life. And you cannot buy that at online. You understand? But you can buy a bag. And some of us feel like, have you ever heard this quote? Like Merlin Mann had this great quote about what was it? And I think I'm getting confused because he had this great line about joining a Facebook group about running is like buying, no. He had this great line about joining a Facebook group about productivity is like buying a chair about running. So it's not quite the same quote I was thinking about, but I just remember that I was like 8 years old. One of my heroes on the internet, Merlin Mann, said that the point I'm getting at is your bag isn't the thing you want. Your life is the thing that you want. Let's not forget about the goal, right? But the bag enables that. The bag actually is a form of support, I feel. The bag is not only helping me organize and put things together, it's also a signal to the outside world about what I'm like and what I'm about. And if I have like an adventure ruckabout like this, or a very serious like business bag like this, or a very low-key sort of chill sort of thing like this. Now, as you can see, I am terribly conflicted about my identity and always have been. That's why I've done so many creative projects throughout my life and never quite feel satisfied. That's my own thing I'm working on. What I'm getting at is that the bag can be a helpful part of you getting into alignment with the life that you want to be living. That probably sounds like, what the hell is this guy talking about to a lot of you? But this is like what I've found. Like, some people are Buddhists. I'm a bag whore. Listen, for all of these bags, you will find the links below. And then also, the bag world is changing all the time, right? In the next 3 months, there's gonna be probably 2 or 3 new bags that are maybe, in the next year, there'll probably be 2 or 3 new bags that I will be recommending higher than some of these ones here. That's just what it's like these days. It's actually getting better, and we're actually learning what we actually want from a bag. That's why you've gotta just stay up to date at bagworks.co. If you're looking for a bag next time, go to bagworks.co. I'm trying to organize everything there. In fact, that URL, this video might get like massive, and I'm planning on changing that URL because I'm talking about more than just bags. Okay, that's what I'm doing on this channel. It's talking about way more than just bags. It's basically all those kinds of things that we might buy for us that help us on the journey, the things that we carry, the things that carry us, right? Because we all have our own baggage to carry, both within and without. So if you like this video, please subscribe, come along for the journey. Otherwise, I will see you at bagworks.co. I actually won't see you there. I will see you here. This is where I will literally be showing up like multiple times a week. So this is where I'm gonna see you. Love you. Bye-bye.
Bagworks.co, chasereeves.net.
Those are the websites.
I guess those are the websites.
Yeah,
where
I
he's
guess
wanting us
so.
to, I guess, go check out what he's up to or something like that. Yeah, looks nice.